Hey guys, Josh from J&D Moto again. This is this week's daily race for me. It's Group C, or it's Race C, in the Formula Cars at the Red Bull Ring. 15 laps, so my normal strategy is to run 4 or 5 laps on the hard tyre and then run 10 or 11 laps on the medium, pretty much regardless of where I qualify. Normally I'd say run the medium if you qualified near the front and the hard near the back, but with this one, you're guaranteed to lose a lot of time in the early laps anyway, so you might as well get that hard tyre over and done with. I've qualified second on the grid there, which is actually I'd probably rather pole, which seems kind of obvious. But with pole position on this one, you can run wide into turn one and run off the track, and you can avoid a bit of carnage. Whereas position number two, you're sort of stuck on the inside, and you're just a bit of a sitting duck for people to hit you from behind and punch you into the outside cars. So anyway, as we all know, there's loads of penalties going on for this one, but I'll kick it off now and we'll see how it goes. That's me in the lime green car. Everybody else got funky liveries, but I'm in lime green. Okay. I'm going to show it to you from my point of view, which is that. It's actually probably a bit hard to watch, so we'll go with that one. No, that's okay. So I didn't get the best start, but that's okay. I'm sort of defensive, and I don't want to hit him, which I actually didn't do. He runs wide there without me hitting him. And we're off. We're off to a clean start. So it's just a drag race down to turn two now. Definitely using your overtake button here. Not to actually overtake him, just to clear myself from the guys behind. I'm a bit defensive, which is okay. I think I've got it all done here, but somebody hits me from behind and turns me a little bit. That's him there. And as it turns out, you'll see that Mr. Neo Mustang 77, Australia or New Zealand, not sure, is a really super dirty driver. If I had my time over, I'd probably feed him off into the grass somewhere, but it's not my style and I don't want to lose my rating and all that. So anyway, off to a pretty clean start. Can't complain about fourth. Like I say, I'm running the hard tyre here, so it's definitely a stretch to try and keep pace with a lot of the guys around me, but we should be okay. All good so far. These guys run a bit wide. I back off. I don't want to hit somebody there and cop a cheap penalty to start. So that's lap one over and done with, and I'm feeling pretty good that we only lost a couple of places. Always take that turn, the entry to turn one a little wide there. Slipstream is a good thing on this, especially the overtake button, but it's actually really hard to pass people down into these corners because they're super defensive and they're super pushy. And as you can see there, the IB destruction. Whoa! I got a car on the side of me there. I'm not sure how much room he wants, but that's okay. Partly my fault, I guess. So here we go in. Alright, I'll leave him plenty of room, but yeah, he's rubbed me a couple of times. He comes back on the track and proceeds to hit me. And hit me again. It's just the way he is. And then coming up here, he decides to feed me off the track. So let's just have a quick look at that again, because I was watching on the radar and I don't believe he was alongside of me. So I'm all good here, and yeah, he literally just feeds me off the track. Like I say, definitely a dirty driver and a guy to watch out for. I mean, that in itself probably wasn't, the most dirty thing anyone's ever done to me. Let's just see what happens to me there. Yeah, that's probably not the most dirty thing I've had happen to me playing Gran Turismo, but he does more stuff later on. And anyway, that's the story of lap 2. By the time I get reset and I'm back on the track, I struggle with wheel spin to get off the line. I finally get going and I've dropped back to 8th position. Excellent. Just what you want. But like I say, it's pretty normal at the moment. At least I still haven't got a penalty. So I just try and slot in here, pick up the race, and concentrate on what I'm doing. I've really only got another lap or two before I go into the pits. I actually did contemplate going into the pits then. But anything more than about 11 laps on the medium's probably starting to push it. So we're just going to settle in, try and do 1 or 2 more clean laps, and then get the pit strategy out of the way and see what we can do on the medium tyre. slotting in behind these guys. Everybody here's pretty okay. I got the Japanese guy in front of me, and then I believe another Australian or New Zealand guy. At this time of day where I am in this region, it's typically always Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. But that's okay, that's cool. So that turn 2 there, you can definitely gain some time. I call that turn 2 even though it was turn 3. Which makes this turn 4, I'm going to say, technically. And then this next one, turn 5. So turn 5's pretty standard. But turn 6 down here, you can make a bit of ground in turn 6 if you take a good line and get on the gas early. Gives you a good run all the way up here to turn, I'm going to call it turn 8. It's probably turn 9 and 10 technically, these ones. But anyway, out of here, use all the track on the brakes, clip this inside, get on the gas. I stay in 4th through there, works for me. Up to 5th. I've got run on this guy, so I decided to go down the inside of him. But he's pretty late on the brakes, so I let him go around the outside there rather than make contact. It was a bit soft. I really probably should have, I don't know. I mean, I've got the inside there. I really should have just hung him out to dry and made him back out. But like I say, I know I'm looking for a pit stop early, and I'm really just trying to avoid all the stupid penalties that people make. You know. And as it turns out, I picked those guys up easy, so it's no problems. We're into 6th now, starting to get some of the places back. Got to watch coming into that turn there. If you get too close to the car in front, you do get a bit of dirty air in that one, and it will understeer on the way in. So, I mean, I think dirty air catches a lot of people out on these tracks. If you're, you get loads of people who are racing together and they don't account for dirty air enough, and they either outbrake themselves or they understeer, or these cars have got great downforce, but yeah, they don't travel too well when you're close behind somebody. I'm okay at that distance. Car's sticking okay. Run a little wide, but that's more my mistake there. And we continue on. So I'm in 6th now. As you can remember, I started in 2nd, so it's not great to have wasted 4 laps and still be in 6th, but there's not much I can do about that. So it's just a matter of forgetting about that start and trying to punch out good laps now. Everybody's braking the same place there, about the 100 board. Clip it, get on the gas gently. It's really tempting to just fry the tyres there. It doesn't help you drive out of the corner, and it definitely doesn't help your tyre life. So gently on the gas, short shift a second, and try and get some drive. I served a little penalty there of some sort. Can't remember what that was all about. I guess you guys will let me know. I actually do... I'm catching this guy fairly well, but like I say, I'm on the hard tyre and I'm not sure what he's on. I actually do make a little bit of an error in judgment, and I hit somebody and get a 1 second penalty in this race, but I'll show you it when it comes up. So there's me into the pits. End of lap 4, I think. Quite possibly lap 5. Quick pit stop. Remember, don't go punching the gas while you're in the pit stop, because you'll get an SR down. You'll be like, why did I get an SR down? I'm in the pits. But yeah, stay off the pedal while the pit stop's going on. We filter back out 10th, sorry. When I come out of the pits, I normally always have a look over my shoulder, just to make sure I'm clean down into turn... look, I call it turn 2. I think this is actually turn 3 technically, but we'll call it turn 2 because it's the second actual turn. And then we're making our way down to what I'm going to call turn 3, but I think is actually turn 4. Yeah. Cool story. Anyway, these guys are having a bit of a dice. One guy runs wide. I'm going around him. And that's all good. Easy position made there. I don't think he's coming back from that one. Not yet anyway. I run a little wide, an entry there. But we're still good and we're still clear. That's decent through there. And now on the medium tyre, it's time to make things happen. So I've saved a lot of my overtake. Obviously, I used the overtake on the first lap a little bit just to try and steer clear of incidents. But yeah, I've saved a lot of my overtake. I think I get about lap 10 or 11, and then I use some of it to punch out fastest lap. I've got a bit of run on this guy anyway, so I'm not using any overtake here. I save it up for some slipstream, but there's no way around him. He's going to push the point. I'm just going to stick behind him, try to avoid contact, which is good. See there, short shift and try and keep some drive, save some tyres. I actually did punch a little bit of an overtake button there, mainly just so that I can stick with him. He's locked himself up there. And from time to time I do use the overtake button here as well, just for a little bit of extra drive, and then fifth back to fourth really quickly, flip it in there. Fourth, get on the gas, ride it all the way out to the ripple. Sometimes I pull fifth there, sometimes I don't. Tuck it in tight, hard on the gas in fourth, pull fifth. Up to sixth for turn 8, turn 9, turn 9, turn 10, whatever you call it. I got a bit of dirty air there and runs me wide. Down into fourth. On the gas, little bit of overtake button there just to help. And then I'm onto it. I'm going to try and make a move on him again. But like I say, we're running out of straight. But there's enough there for me to get that done, and I don't think I was too mean to him. He's sticking with me. So who knows what's going to happen down here. I mean, everybody likes to retaliate down here, so it's risky. And I can see him coming, so I let him have that line. He's dive bombing me. But he can't get any, he doesn't get good drive out of there. I think he's actually run medium tyres, and they're starting to get pretty worn in now. I think he started on the mediums. So we try and go over and under him here. But again, look, I really don't want to run into the back of him and be that guy. So we just, we'll wait our turn. All of this stuff is costing me time though. And so I really don't think I'm going to make it back to that second place where I started, just because it's hard in traffic. And actually here, now watch this, I do believe I hit him. I've got no idea he's going into the pits. He gives me no indication. He doesn't take an inside line. He just dives on the brakes there last minute and jumps into the pits. Now, this has happened to me a few times. We'll watch it again quickly. Sorry, guys. But yeah, this happens to me every now and then. If you're going into the pits, you really need to make it known in some way. Move over to the inside and roll out early. This is my view of it. We're racing, he's wide, he takes a normal line, he's full noise, and then bam, he just jumps on the brakes and slots over to the left, to the right, sorry. So yeah, I'm not real happy about that. I get a 1 second penalty for technically what they call forcing a car off the track. Nobody went off the track, and I got brake checked massively. But anyway, if you're out there and you're about to make a pit stop, just don't be a noob. Pull to the inside and roll out early and hold that inside line all the way around. That's where the pits are. It's on the inside. You can't just go race line and then dart across the track with a mad braking maneuver. It's a crappy thing to do, and it's something that Muppets and douchebags do, so don't do that. Anyway, nothing doing here for a bit, so we're going to fast forward it up a touch and skip through a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm driving around by myself. That's pretty awesome. All good. Okay, so we've caught some people up again. Now, I didn't just instantly catch up to 5th place. I didn't skip through it either, but a couple of guys definitely did their pit stop around now. So we've gained a few positions with that. We have caught up to our mate Don Fiasco though. Another Aussie driver, I think, but I mean, he's got himself a track limits penalty there. He can be dirty too. I don't know if he's intentionally dirty or if he's just aggressive, but he can be dirty too, so I'm definitely wary of how I'm going to go about getting past this guy. Trying to set him up, not here, but for turn 2, so good on the gas, on the overtake button here, squeezing it hard. I get down the inside of him. Obviously he doesn't care for that, or he doesn't use his no, he hangs in there and we let him have it. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I take it back on Fiasco. He did good. Nice and clean. He was just hanging in there and hanging in there and hanging in there, so I just backed out of it for preservation. I've got a run on him here because he served his penalty and we're down the inside pretty easy. All good. Now he's around the outside. I'll leave him plenty of room there. But I'm not sure what actually happens with him. Anyway, we've made the pass and smooth sailing. We're up into 5th now, so not too bad. In the interests of boring everybody to death, I'm going to click forward a tiny bit more. Nothing doing, nothing doing. Nothing doing. And nothing doing. Oh, here comes some cars. Alright, cool. So, we've got 3rd and 4th in our sights now. I mean, these guys are making reasonable pace, obviously. That's why they're 3rd and 4th, so I'm not going to catch them at a red knots. But my tyres are good now. And I actually feel like now's probably a good time for me to try and squeeze in a fastest lap, which I think I do here at some point. I don't do anything special, it's just I know I've got some overtake to spare. So I come into here, 4th gear, back it out, get on the gas as early as I can, slam the overtake pedal, hold it, and back off the overtake about now. Wide entry, on the gas early, a little bit more overtake button. When I'm running for the fastest lap, I do use the overtake button out of the final turn, out of turn 1 there, out of turn 2 down here. Gosh, I use it in a lot of places. I don't hold it the whole lap, but wait until you get some grip here, pull 3rd gear and then use a bit of overtake. Once you get up into 4th, then I'm off it again. Top gear down to 2nd gear for this turn. Faded in early, get on the gas hard. A little bit of wheel spin there, but that's okay. Just got to be ready to catch it, and don't do your wheel spin on the outside ripple strip because that can be scary. Hold it tight, get on the power, get on the power. Hold it tight on the power, up to 5th. I'm going to get a little bit of slipstream from this guy, but remember, this is the guy who fed me off the track at turn 6 on lap 2. He bumped into me when I tried to come past him, and then after I got past him, he pushed me off the track. I don't love him. He's not my friend. But I'm definitely wary of trying to get past him again now because I know what he's like. I mean, he gets loose there, so I drive down the outside of him. He does come back on, gives me a bit of a hit, but that's okay. He's a long way back there, as you can see, but that's never stopped anyone before, so I'm expecting him to dive down the inside, and thank you. Runs me straight off track. Like I say, let's quickly show that again, but so from outside the car, I'm cruising along, minding my own business, braking where I need to be braking, turn in, and I get fed off the track by an idiot. So if you're a, like I say, don't be a Gumby douchebag like this guy, Neo Mustang. He thinks he's the coolest kid ever. He only got that position because he fed me off the track at the start, and he's probably done it to about 15 other people over the course of the race. Really tempted to just hit him and spin him there, but, I don't want to stoop to his level. I want to try and get past him cleanly in the interest of, good clean racing. So stick with him here a bit. I've caught him up, obviously. So I'm definitely faster than him. Not that that matters. We're getting towards the end of the race, so I'm not expecting him to just pull over and let me pass, but it'd be nice for him to be fair. I know he's not going to be, so anyway, I jump on the overtake button a little here, and I'll see what my run's like. Maybe I'll have a go down into turn 1, but he's definitely going to be defensive. Look at that. Last minute defensive. I leave him plenty of room there, but he bumps me anyway. So now we're following him tightly. I mean, the outside is not the line here, but I know he's just going to defend the inside, and I actually get hit from behind there. But, so I get hit from behind by somebody in the middle of nowhere. Let's have a quick look at that, because it doesn't actually look like... Here we are. Yep, there's a guy behind me, Don Fiasco. He just barges me off. Good old Don Fiasco. Yeah, you get this... you get that in this race. These cars are fast and they handle good. And so when people drive them, they think they're also fast. But they make loads of stupid mistakes and hit people everywhere. So, Anyway, just because your car's fast doesn't mean you're fast. And just because you can run right up the back of somebody doesn't mean you should. So now that's, I've got to catch this guy again. Really just chewing up a lot of time with cars in the pack, unfortunately. And that's just because I got knocked back at the start, which will happen. I'd love to get past this guy because I really don't like him. Got a bit of a run again there. See what I can do about using the slipstream in the overtake. Unfortunately, guys, that was the last lap. So, finished in 4th. Expecting a bunch of apologies. Sorry I hit you, sorry I knocked you off the road stuff in the chat at the end. But unfortunately, do not get them. All of those guys in which I just mentioned exit the chat instantly. Like the Muppets that they are. I mean, once you've knocked everybody around, you're always going to bail out early. But anyway, that's J&D Moto again for another race. Check it out. It's race C in the Formula Cars at Red Bull Ring. It's actually a really good race if you can get some good guys to drive with. But watch out, there's lots of Muppets out there. Okay, thanks guys.